Hey guys, how's it going? It's Philip with Trade Genius, and man, what a year 2017 has been for Bitcoin. So in this video, I kind of wanted to take a look back at the price action, take a look at what's led up to where we are now, and then also take a look at where we'd be heading in the next 3 months or so with Bitcoin. So let's get into that. And before we hit the charts, I wanted to just remind you guys that we do have a special going till the end of the year, so another day or so. Head over to our TradeGeniusAcademy.com site, and we got some packages to get you in the room. Also, our Trade Genius Money Machine crypto signal that works with TradingView. I think you guys would find those to be awesome values, and they're really marked off big time right now. So you get in the room, and most people will tell you that that pays for itself right away. We want to basically navigate you guys in a way that you're building up your Bitcoin holdings. And so there's periods of times like now when it's good to be in altcoins and trading altcoins, and then when Bitcoin starts to rev back up, you want to be more weighted in Bitcoin. And some coins are going to be able to keep up with Bitcoin and some aren't, so we help navigate that. So anyway, I wanted to just run that by you guys. So now that being said, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So this is the year in review, right? So we've basically started 2017 over here, and we're kind of just pretty decent gains. We were down in under 1,000, and then all of a sudden, right around April, seemed like there was just an awakening, and that was across all spaces. I mean, altcoins and Bitcoin, and basically you started running into this price channel. So if you look if we take a look at just from the beginning of the year, let's say 2017 here, and we just go up to here, we've had almost a 2,000% increase in the price of Bitcoin from low to high. Now currently, if we take a look at where we are today, you're looking more like around 1,200%, so that's probably close to where we're going to close out the year, 1,200% gain on the year. But that just shows you that Bitcoin is massive as far as its upside potential. So basically, it's now getting to be the time where you need to have focus on what has the longest legs in this space, what's going to be around long term, and that's where you want to park like your long term HODL strategies. So basically, with Bitcoin, we got into this price channel, and it held for months. We were in here from May all the way to about October, and if you guys recall, we were calling in the videos around this area. We said, hey, look, this is bumping up against this upper price zone. It's has all the hallmarks of ready to break out into a new trend, steeper trend. And it did. It broke out, fell back in, and then just took off, went ballistic, and then we got pretty much kind of parabolic move. So this here was just a big blow off move. I thought we would maybe get another push surge higher and really just blow into the 20,000s, and then we'd look for a larger pullback. So leading up to this, you recall, we were getting smaller and smaller pullbacks in both percentage terms and duration, and so you kind of see that effect when you're spooling up into like a blow off type move. And now on a larger scale, you're seeing that we have a pullback of like almost 50% from low to high off this blow off move. But as you saw things spinning up into this, I think you're also going to see this on a larger scale, where now this move, essentially we're going to get into this a little bit here, but and then we're going to start to go back up again. But you'll start seeing this same type of thing where you get a series of blow off moves. But I think what you'll see is, until you get a really just gigantic, huge blow off, same thing will happen where these types of larger blow off moves are retracing smaller and smaller on a bigger scale. So it's like pullbacks will contract on one move, and then you'll have in a larger picture a series of moves that does that as well. So I think you'll fully expect to see that going into 2018. So okay, so we blew off, and now we're ending the year. We thought I personally thought we would be at, this is the 10,000 level here on this line here. I thought we would be definitely there sometime in January, but we hit that in November, and then we just blew through that. So I think we're close to basically where this is going to probably settle out at. This fib zone here is basically from here. So this is a retrace of this. So, this is a good spot to, if you haven't, or you're waiting for a pullback, we're in that area. And whether or not you get it at 12,000, if it does go that low, which is possible, or here at 13, I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot going into 2018, and we'll get into that a little bit. As far as oversold conditions go, this is one of our longest on the daily that we've seen. In fact, longest all year. If we were to go back and look back into December, or back into the beginning of 2017, nothing's really been oversold that long. So, but that being said, we did basically go from 10,000 to 20,000. So that's a $10,000 move in price. And so, generally speaking, if you're going to have a velocity move like that, you are going to take some time to basically recharge the batteries. And just basically finding equilibrium, and then you're going to get an imbalance, and we're expecting more buyers than sellers at this point to step back in. So when does that happen? Well, basically what we're looking at is a lot of times with Bitcoin, especially after a pullback, you're going to see where it cycles mid-month. So I'm basically looking at somewhere in the middle of January. So let's say somewhere in here, we're going to start seeing a move back up, and I would basically be looking for a break of this bear fib zone. This bear fib zone technically keeps this level in play, this 8160 level, but I just think that with where we are with demand and stuff like that, unless we got a really quick spike down on some crazy stop loss move, kind of like what we saw here, I mean, that's not totally out of the question. It happens, exchanges lock up, blah, blah, blah. But I'm thinking if things remain orderly, that maybe we see a double bottom here. That's still in play. And we talked about this before, this double bottoms, and then we go off. But I think getting back to what's going to happen here in the next few weeks, I think this basically kind of just chops around. And somewhere in here, in the middle of the month, we're going to start to make this move up. Okay, and then I think we're going to take out this 16,266 level, and when that happens, then this level here goes bye-bye. That's done. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. Whether or not that makes new highs after it breaks that, I don't know that it will. We'll have to see, but I could certainly see where we start to get still more consolidating into like a pennant type thing, because you can certainly do this and then a breakout of that. Because this move was just so incredible, it's not uncommon to take 4 or 5 weeks to kind of work out all of the sloshing harmonics, if you will, for lack of a better technical word, get all the harmonics to wash out from such a big move, kind of like a bathtub with water sloshing around. A lot of times that's kind of a similar effect in markets, financial markets. So, but one thing you can rest assured is Bitcoin isn't moving quietly anymore. We're into big league moves, and $1,000 moves in the span of a couple hours is that's just what we're seeing. Even when it seems like we're pulling back and not, maybe the volatility is quieting down a little bit here, but it just I expect big moves going forward. So, I think right now, if we go and we start moving back up, let's say this continues to sort of chop, and then we don't, I'm going to say probably a new high would be somewhere late February into March. And then I think probably the next spot where we would be looking for a move that would kind of be similar to maybe something that we saw over here would be at the 40,000 level. And we can look at basically, let me get to the right tab here, guys. Okay, so this is the parabolic move. We're still in it, and as you can see, we're going to print a new weekly bar here. So we're getting close to being outside this band, but we're going up. This level here is going to be right around the 40 mark, and that would be Q1. So I think we can hit 40K in Q1, which would be by the end of March. I think that's doable. If not, then Q2, but I think it's doable. That's my bold call for heading into 2018. And then as far as like the entire year goes, this is what I'm looking at. And I think this fork is really been really consistent. I like it. I think it's showing kind of the price velocity pretty well. And let's take a look at this one here. Yeah. So if we look, this is actually a weekly chart. So this is that parabolic curve. But you can see we're well within that channel, and it's kind of mapping out you know, the overbought levels. So where this gets interesting for me is if we do start to break out of it. It doesn't really start getting into the 40,000 range until February. So you know, as far as trajectory goes, this definitely, that call for 40K in Q1 is definitely doable based on this trajectory. The only thing that would invalidate this for me is if we fell out of it here, or we didn't stay at this level and chop like I think we will, and it falls out. Then we'd have to kind of reassess the technicals there. But I just don't think that this falling out of this channel is a very high probability right now. And again, this isn't just looking at the chart. It's also looking at the fundamentals of what's happening. And you know, don't discount the Wall Street money coming into this space, because it's going to be huge. You also have to consider the amount of people that are crypto aware. That has gone up this year, but it's still just a very small percentage of the globe. So you have to take that into consideration. We're probably going to see a massive jump in that next year. And yes, that will spill over to other altcoins too. But I think a lot of coins are going to have a really hard time keeping up. You know, broadly speaking, are going to have a hard time keeping up with Bitcoin. So that's what we kind of focus on at Trade Genius is you know, when to be overweight in Bitcoin and when it's time to play some alts. So guys, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to cover the look back on Bitcoin and the outlook going forward. And so really appreciate you guys keeping us subscribing to our videos this year. It's really been awesome, and look forward to keeping it going for 2018. So I'm going to pump out a few more videos for the weekend, guys. We'll cover Litecoin and Ethereum and some other ones, so look out for those. But again, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what we're doing and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Also check out our specials on our TradeGeniusAcademy.com website. All right, guys, take care.